I died. Okay. Run. God damn. Wow. I can't get close to it. It just keeps moving. Where's Lois Hill? Dude, oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's fucking go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Top notch. We do this. I was born this way, man. Fuck off, man. I was born this way, man. Fuck out of here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's how we do it. You know what I'm saying? Came out on top. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. I just want to make sure I bring up my man's fighting cowboy just to make sure we go about this the right way. Make sure I don't miss anything. Do I need to restart the game? You know, just want to make sure I don't miss anything. You know. So let's go ahead, bring up fighting cowboy. Uh, that's video 81, Elden Beast and Endings. Man, that fool, that beast just kept running, didn't it?
is the critical moment, because this is where we can get all of our endings. That is going to summon Ronnie's ending. If you interact with that, that's how you get the other endings. This is also where we want to back or save. So we're going to hit the X. Ground kick hold. Let's talk about weapons. Because we made we can get some goodies from this. It's not lost in the sense of so yes, American's Hammer, this thing is, I mean, it's a solid weapon in and of itself. The unique skill is kind of slow. It's radical. It's a big old like, poison in the air, come down and slam. You hit people with it, you're probably going to one-shot them. It's very slow for that, so hold on. The Secret Relic Sword is probably the strongest weapon in American. Um, while it doesn't have the straight AR, the unique skill is the same. Match up Blasphemous Blade, but if it went even further, and it was like 15 to 20 feet wide, you can wipe out entire camps of enemies with this thing. You also get some people have said. I haven't noticed that personally, but I mean, at this point in the game, it was counting rounds, right? So either of these are really solid choices. I would personally recommend the Secret Relic Sword. If you don't want either, of course, you can gobble that on up, and you are going to get a buttload of runes for it. Now, at this point, before we continue, one of the things I want to point out is we've done almost no boss games. AR. The unique skill is the same. Match of Blasphemous Blade, but if it went even further, and it was like 15 to 20 feet wide, you can wipe out entire camps of enemies with this thing. You also get more runes for killing enemies with it. Some people have said that noticed that personally, but I mean, at this point in the game, it was counting runes, right? So either of these are really solid choices. I would personally recommend the Secret Relic Sword. If you don't want either, of course, you can gobble that on up, and you are going to get a buttload of runes for it. Now, at this point, things I want to point out is we've done almost no boss games. And I don't know if y'all have done them. Keep in mind, there are mausoleums all over this map. I mentioned back at the start, mark them. At this point, go to the mausoleums, duplicate any remembrances that you may want. If there's no particular items you want, just duplicate the highest level remembrance that you can at that particular mausoleum and get yourself a ton of runes. Because with all those runes, we're going to load on up on things that will go like New Game Plus. So, just for example, you need to have at least 12 to fully upgrade a weapon. So, if I'm sitting on 36 of everything, at least, that's going to give me enough that I can fully upgrade 3 new weapons. And let's talk about what happens after we go to New Game Plus. So New Game Plus is something that it's not these only once, maybe 10, I think. 10. New Game Plus, we're seeing in more and more games, but basically the idea is you just replay through the game. Um, and you keep all of your gear, keep all of your weapons, all that stuff stays good. But you get to replay through the game again, fighting all the bosses, speeding through, doing whatever you want. So let's talk about what we keep. Our level comes with us when we go to New Game Plus. All of our gear, all of our talismans, all of our soul stuff, all of the tiers you grab from this, all of that stuff gets to go with you to New Game Plus. So the idea is you're going back to the start, but you're now like this super badass that has a giant shield power and all that stuff. Now, we don't need to bring everything though. Our key items, we're going to lose these, so you bring those are going to be gone. These will stay, tier stay. But yeah, you're not going to have your grip boots anymore. Use those. Stuff like this, Mending Room, Death Prince, and the Felgrim Curse, you're going to use that stuff. Particular keys, you're going to lose, you're going to keep your stones for key. With the medallions, you're going to use that stuff. This like Sealbreaker, stuff like Black Knight, Prince, this introduction to Girani. This also reminded me I forgot to do Millennium Scraper, so just show that to y'all real fast. The easiest way to get there is right here. So basically, anything that's related to the progress of the game, in the sense of like, oh, you need this item to proceed somewhere, all of that stuff will be lost. So you actually you need to get the medallion again to proceed. You can't just start right at the very end of the game. Additionally, and probably the biggest thing, you are going to lose access to all of your graces. All of the graces that we have. Yes, you're going to be able to the map's going to be fully uncovered, so you're going to be able to see everything. But all of those graces that you picked up, those are going to be gone. So obviously that kind of sucks because you're going to be riding for a long time on this card again. Um, and probably the most significant thing in this mini room where the Death Prince and the Developer of the Curse, you're going to lose that stuff. Particular keys you're going to lose. You're going to keep the Stone Sword key. But the medallions, you're going to lose that stuff. The Silent Sealbreaker, stuff like Black Knight Print, so this introduction miniature Ronnie. This also reminded me I forgot to do Millennium's Great Rooms. Let's show them to y'all real fast. The easiest way to get there is going to be right here. So basically, anything that's related to the progress of the game, in the sense of like, oh, you need this item to proceed somewhere. All of that stuff will be lost. So you actually need to get the medallion again. You can't just start right at the very end of the game. Additionally, and probably the biggest thing, you are going to lose access to all of your graces. All of the graces that we have, unless you're going to be able to the maps to be fully uncovered, so you're going to be able to see everything. But all of those graces that you picked up, those are going to be gone. Shimani, this also reminded me I forgot to do Millennium's Great Rooms, so just show them to you real fast. The easiest way to get there is going to be right here. So basically, anything that's related to the progress of the game, in the sense of like, oh, you need this item to proceed somewhere, all of that stuff will be lost. So actually, you need to get the medallion again to proceed. You can't just start at the very end of the game. Additionally, and probably the biggest thing, you are going to lose access to the graces. The graces that we have, which are going to be less than maps, but they have covered, so you're going to be able to see everything. Those graces that you picked up, those are going to be gone. So obviously that kind of sucks because you're going to be riding for a long time before it. And probably the most significant thing you can gain across is access to all barrels that you collect. So the ability to just buy upgrade stones, the ability to buy slow work, all of that stuff is going to be gone. And so because of that, that's why my recommendation is at this point of the game that if you get any so make sure to buy up as much as you possibly can. Yeah, this is really sad that does not it's this way. Yeah, that part sucks a lot, but most of your stuff, like all of your actions, they're going to come with you. All of your bolstering materials, they're going to come with you. All of your spells, incantations, ashes of war, all of these things, all of your armor, these are going to come with you. You're going to push some stuff. It's no way at this point. I've killed a god. You challenge me. Scream. That's all that matters. It's no way at this point. I've killed a god. You challenge me. It doesn't really make sense to get this way because we're about to end the game. There's a point that's kind of sad because you don't actually get anything for having all of the great things. Maybe you would have to get this great thing. Maybe you would have the game, maybe there's a scene or something. You could beat the game with like 3 great rooms, but you could beat it with all of them. It's going to make a difference. There's also a DLC theory that I've read. I don't really like this, but so check it out right now. Here. Over. This is one. This is the Dog Tower. This is the Liquid Tower.
It's a long elevator.
This is the West Tower. This is the East Tower. This is the Middle. It's a big cloud. It's probably something inside that cloud. The theory is that that's going to be something involved with DLC. I mean, it's goofy, but I was like, you know what? This is way too much by design to just be a coincidence. that they are perfectly symmetrical shape. But Millennium's Rune is definitely a really interesting just got it. Great runes. Um, the idea here is our heals are going to do right now. One, we basically get let's go frenzy, not frenzy, rally. We get local rally. So the idea is when we get hit, there's a small portion of our health gauge that's going to be recoverable. So as long as you're continually attacking, you can keep offsetting it upwards. So obviously, I'm always use something like this. Very situational, but it has a lot of potential. So anyway, all of that done, study all your runes, do whatever you need to. Head on over to the Fractured American Race, and now it's time to get over endings. Now from here, we're going to System, Game, and go to the title menu. Once you're at the title menu, you're safe to do this. You can completely quit the game if you want. But we're going to go to Elden Ring. We're going to go upload, download, save data.